Jai Bharat. Welcome everyone to Advait Achievers. Pranam to all of you as we believe Vidyarthi Devo Bhava. Alright, in this segment we are going to discuss the sliding filament theory of muscle contraction. Right? So you will be thinking why we are calling it the sliding filament theory. So we will be taking a look at this in a few minutes. So sliding filament theory. So before we begin to understand this, let us just remember the name of the scientist who was working for this. So it was the scientists who were working for this was A.F. Huxley, H.E. Huxley and H.G. Hansen. Actually there were two teams, right? One was led by A.F. Huxley and the other one was led by H.E. Huxley and J. Hansen. So, to understand the sliding filament theory, let us recall the structure of the skeletal muscle which we have discussed in our previous videos, right? We are just going to recall that. And so, we will be drawing one sarcomere, right? We have already discussed sarcomere is the structural functional unit of muscle contraction, right? So, we are going to draw one sarcomere. So, for that, what we need to do is, we will be drawing first the Z lines, right? So, say these are the two Z lines. So, we will just label them, right? The next is we know that we are going to show the actin filaments which are attached on either side of the Z line. So, right? So, like this, these blue colored bands that I have made, they are the actin filaments, right? On either sides we have to draw. So, right? So, these are the I band or the actin filaments. In between, we have to show the A band, that is the myosin filament. So, I am going to make it a little thicker. Right. So, these red ones that we have made, they are our A bands. Now, again we recall the entire length of myosin forms the A band, right. So, this whole, hence I am using the red color only so that you people can remember. So, that this forms the A band. correct? The entire length of myosin filament. Okay. We also have to label the I band. So we know that this lighter band forms the I band, right? That is clear. So here I am just writing down I band so that you don't get confused. All right? Okay. Now, the center portion of the A band, where there is no overlapping of I and A, means there is only myosin filament present, right? That band is referred to as the H band. So we'll be labeling that also. So I'm talking about this zone, right? So this forms our H band, and in the middle of the H band passes the M line, right? So that also we will show that in the middle passes the M line, right? So this we can show. So this forms the M line, right? So this structure we have already discussed in detail. So now we are going to understand why we are calling it as a sliding filament theory. When the muscle contracts, we call it as a sliding filament. Why we are going to call it a sliding filament? Okay. So when the muscle is going to contract, what is going to actually happen? There will be a cross bridge formation taking place, and that bridge will be formed between the actin and myosin filaments like this. Right, so this is that cross bridge, and how this is formed, let us understand that portion. So we'll go one after the other. We'll take it point wise. Okay, so let us say, here I am writing down, say in the first step, as we say, that say this is the sarcolemma, okay, and the sarcolemma, the portion or the margin is a bit irregular, and there comes a axon end bulb, right? This is the one which is going to bring that nerve impulse which is telling that the muscle has to contract, and that impulse will be in the form of chemicals carried. We have learnt the process of nerve transmission, correct? So from the axon end bulb, it has to be passed where? Into the muscle. So the muscle should get that message that it has to contract. And how it will be receiving the message? It will be a chemical message, right, in the form of neurotransmitters, correct? So such a junction of the nerve and the sarcolemma is termed as a neuromuscular junction. So it is a neuromuscular junction, right? It is called a neuromuscular junction. So when the nerve impulse travels along this portion, and here you know those vesicles are there, and we have learned how it is passed on through a synapse, that is from the axon of one neuron to the dendrite or to the next, right? So, and if at all it is some organ or say a muscle, right, there also it will have those receptors. So it will be receiving that, right, it will be receiving that, and immediately there will be a change in the permeability of the membrane, correct? That all we are going to discuss in detail when we learn the exact mechanism. Alright, so what happens in the next step? So in the next step, what happens? Calcium ions are released. As soon as the permeability of this sarcolemma changes, calcium ions are released from the T tubules, okay? Calcium ions are released from T tubules, right? And what happens to these calcium ions? If you remember when we were talking about the structure of the actin filament, okay, we talked that this actin has another two proteins, tropomyosin and troponin, and out of which we said that calcium ions have a great affinity for troponin. So as soon as the calcium ions are released from T tubules, T tubules कहाँ होते हैं? Z line की दोनों either side of the Z line, और T tubules है क्या? Invaginations of the sarcolemma, भूलना नहीं है, T tubules क्या है? Invaginations of the sarcolemma. सिंपली थोड़ा सा रिकॉल करा देती हूँ, वो T tubules कहाँ पे होंगी? यहाँ पे ना, ऑन आइदर साइड ऑफ द जेड लाइन वी सेड, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे न्यूरोमस्कुलर जंक्शन पे सिग्नल आया, इम्पल्स आया, इसकी वजह से मेम्ब्रेन की परमिएबिलिटी में चेंज आया, जिसकी वजह से क्या हुआ? टी ट्यूब्यूल्स ने कैल्शियम आयंस रिलीज करे. These calcium ions are released from the T tubules, right? They bind to whom? Troponin, because troponin has a great affinity for calcium ions, right? So calcium ions are released from T tubules and right binds to troponin. So remember, and binds to troponin, right? ठीक है, तो हमने क्या कहा था? अगर स्ट्रक्चर याद हो थोड़ा सा, हाँ, तो हमने ऐसा बोला था कि जो ट्रोपोनिन ट्रोपोमायोसिन का फंक्शन क्या था? दे वर मास्किंग एट रेस्ट, दे वर मास्किंग द एक्टिव साइट्स ऑन एफ एक्टिन, है ना? एक्टिन की जो एक्टिव साइट्स है उसको वो कवर कर रहा है, पर जैसे ही कैल्शियम आयंस रिलीज होते हैं वो ट्रोपोनिन वहां से हट के उस कैल्शियम आयन के साथ बाइंड हो जाता है, right? So if we draw that a little, then you will be able to understand. Say, ठीक है, मैं यहाँ पे इस तरफ ड्रॉ कर रही हूँ, so pay attention a little. We have drawn actin with blue color, so I have to take that color so that you understand. So what was the condition? This is a generalized figure to understand. अगर ये हमारा एक्टिन है, ठीक है, ये एक्टिन है, तो एक्टिन की साइट्स जो है ये उसकी एक्टिव साइट्स है, करेक्ट? दीज एक्टिव साइट्स आर मास्क्ड बाय, they are masked by like this, they are masked by troponin, understood? And as soon as, suppose ये हमारा कैल्शियम आयन है, this is say the calcium ion, so as soon as calcium ion is released, this troponin leaves from here and goes and binds with the calcium ion. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि ये जगह जो है वो खाली पड़ी, माने एक्टिन का जो एक्टिव साइट है वो अब खुल गया है, राइट? इट्स वेकेंट नाउ, अंडरस्टूड? दिस इज क्लियर? सो यू कैन से troponin and tropomyosin are removed. What happens? Troponin and tropomyosin are removed, right? This is clear to everyone? Okay, and then because of this, now this is clear. अब इसके ऊपर हमें याद रखना है कि अगर हमने कहा था कि व्हाट इज द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ मायोसिन फिलामेंट, हम मायोसिन फिलामेंट को सिंपली ऐसे दिखा सकते हैं ना, see this was the myosin filament with its heads like this, no? It has head and tail. So just imagine if this place is going to be vacant, ये खाली हो जाएगा तो क्या कैसा स्थिति होगा? ये खाली हो गया तो इसका मतलब ये है so if this place is vacant now, so what the condition situation will be this way, no? This way it would be. So what has happened now? That this myosin head will fit into this active site of actin. ट्रोपोनिन का क्या हुआ, ट्रोपोनिन और ट्रोपोमायोसिन का क्या हुआ, से दिस वाज देयर, इट हैज एन एफिनिटी, तो वो कहाँ आ गया, इसके साथ बाइंड करने के लिए आ गया, है ना, तो उसने जगह खाली छोड़ दी। इस वजह से व्हाट हैपेंस, द मायोसिन हेड इज एबल टू फिट इनटू द एक्टिव साइट ऑफ एक्टिन लाइक दिस. This is clear. So when this happens, we say cross bridge, actin myosin cross bridge is formed. So the fourth step, if we want, we can say actin myosin cross bridge is formed. Correct. और इसके लिए, ये होने के लिए क्या होता है, ATP gets hydrolyzed because we know that this myosin head acts as ATP or ATPase, ATP synthetase, right? So one ATP gets hydrolyzed. So this is how now you can see the cross bridge is formed. So as I said, the ATP gets hydrolyzed. So say one ATP, okay, gets hydrolyzed, right? So its energy is utilized in parts. Part of its energy is utilized for actin myosin bridge formation. Part of the energy released by ATP is used for the formation of actin myosin cross bridge. All right, and part of its energy is used to generate a power stroke. Used to generate पावर स्ट्रोक. अब ये क्या है, now let us understand that. Again I repeat, for this cross bridge formation ATP gets hydrolyzed. We know myosin head acts as ATPase or ATP synthetase, correct? So when it gets hydrolyzed, part of its energy is utilized in formation of actin myosin cross bridge and part of it is used to generate the power stroke. अब ये पावर स्ट्रोक क्या होता है, सपोज कि ये मायोसिन हेड है, ठीक है, और ये एक्टिन है, तो ये उसका एक्टिव साइट हुआ. So it's going to fit in like this and the cross bridge formation has taken place. So part of the energy is utilized in formation of this. Now when it makes a power stroke, another part of the energy is used in taking a power stroke, that is it pushes the head like this. So what happens, the actin, this is actin, this was the actin myosin bridge formation. So power stroke when it takes, it so happens that it pushes the actin filament inwards, है ना. Again I am repeating, ये structure ऐसे है, अगर ये और ऐसे होता है तो ये actin filament का क्या होगा, ये अंदर की ओर खींचेगा, correct. And now the again the myosin head is ready to bind to another active site. So again another ATP hydrolyzed, another cross bridge formation, part of the energy utilized, another part is utilized and it pulls the myosin, this myosin bends in, or in the sense you can say a power stroke is generated and it stretches or it pulls the actin filament on the inner side, right. Again the same thing happens and this continues to happen. So what has happened, the actin filaments are going to move inwards, closer, correct. This is clear, is this clear? So hence what happens is this actin filament is going to move closer and closer because of this actin myosin cross bridge formation, right. So again I repeat with the power stroke, this we are forming is the active site of the actin, this is our myosin head. So it binds with the active site of the actin, right. Part of the energy hydrolyzed ATP hydrolysis से मिला था वो यूज हुआ, फिर क्या होता है, this again takes a power stroke, remaining energy, माने ये इसको ऐसे खींचेगा, तो क्या हुआ, the actin, this remained, myosin remained at its own position but the actin filament is pulled inwards. Again another cross bridge formation, वापस power stroke and the actin filament is pulled inwards, right? So this is what a power stroke is. So this is how the actin filaments will be pulled inwards, and hence we can see what this actin is sliding over, right? ये actin जो है हमने अभी ऐसे किया ना कि actin जो है वो ऐसे कर करके slide over हो रहा है. What is happening? Every time myosin is at its own place, but the actin filament is sliding over, and hence this filament is called as the sliding filament theory, right? So the same thing what we have discussed, now let us put them into diagram so that you can understand it better, right? Okay. So we are going to draw the sarcomere in short so that you understand it, okay? I am not going to draw all the whole of the structure again. Say this is the first step that I am making, where we know that this is our Z line, okay? This is our Z line, and we are drawing one, say, actin over there. Say this is one our actin which is attached to the Z line, right? And it has presently this masked, its active sites are masked by troponin, right? And then we have the myosin filament with its head, okay? So here it's the myosin filament. See, this is our myosin filament, alright, and its head is here. You can say I have not yet joined the head, okay? It has not yet joined. So now what happens? Bridge formation has not taken place. This is what I mean actually. Just a minute. I need to draw this properly. Okay, so this state we can call it is a relaxed state. This is when the muscle is relaxed, yet stimulus has not been received. Now say in the second stage what happens? When the stimulus is received, stimulus is received, right? In that case, what is now the next step going to happen? We have discussed earlier, stimulus will be received. So what is going to happen at the neuromuscular junction? The membrane permeability will change, calcium ions will be released from the T tubules, and those calcium ions will bind to troponin, right? So as simple as that. So again, say this is our Z line, and we are going to draw our actin filament. But now the active sites of the actin filament are going to be free, one of which we can show free, because why? This is yet masked, but when stimulus is received, what happens? Calcium ions are released. So I can add over here, and calcium ions are released. So as a result, cross bridge formation. Okay, this is clear. So cross bridge formation. So now if I have to show the myosin filament, so in that case what is going to happen? The head of myosin will now fit in over here. Correct. So what has happened? The cross bridge formation has taken place. So this was our second step. Say in the third step what happens? As we said, head gives a power stroke. The head is going to give a power stroke, right? So that is what we are going to put up now. Say how that will indicate that power stroke now. how does the head give the power stroke? Head gives a power stroke. Alright, so again I am making the Z line. So say this is the Z line. Alright, we will make our actin filament. Okay, we will make our actin filament. Pay attention to what figure I am trying to create. Alright. So I have drawn it a little thicker so that you people can view it properly. Otherwise we know that actin is a thinner filament. Right. And now is the turn to draw our मायोसिन. अब देखना है कि मायोसिन को क्या हुआ है. ठीक है, तो जो ये मायोसिन था हमारा, से ये हमारा मायोसिन है, तो उसमें क्या हुआ था? We have seen that it had fit to the cross bridge और power stroke माने it is gonna shift towards the inner side. कौन वाला फिलामेंट? एक्टिन वाला फिलामेंट. तो इसमें this is the condition and see this, अगर यही वाला फिट हुआ था और उसने ये हेड आगे शिफ्ट हुआ. This is what we said, no? This was our head, right? तो ये हेड जो है वो अगर ऐसे जा रहा है, so what happened? Actin filament got pulled in, तो हेड आगे गया. तो ये let me take a little thinner line so that you understand. Okay, pay attention over here. So now you understood? ये जो हेड था ऐसे फिट हुआ, ऐसे हुआ. ठीक है, ये हेड है, ये ऐसे घूमा, तो इसकी वजह से इसका जो अटैचमेंट था यहाँ पे, what happened? It pulled it inwards. किसको? एक्टिन फिलामेंट को. So actin filament slides towards myosin, right? The actin filament slides towards myosin. So you get it, children? This is called a power stroke, right? And then it gives a recovery stroke. Recovery stroke माने अब वो नेक्स्ट क्रॉस ब्रिज बनाने के लिए उसको रेडी होना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो एक्टिन फिलामेंट स्लाइड्स टुवर्ड्स मायोसिन एंड देन माने इसको थोड़ा सा अंदर खींच लिया, उसके बाद द हेड गिव्स द रिकवरी स्ट्रोक. रिकवरी स्ट्रोक माने नेक्स्ट क्रॉस ब्रिज फॉर्मेशन के लिए रेडी होना, राइट? सो एंड वी कैन ऐड ओवर हियर एंड देन गिव्स a recovery stroke. Right? This is clear. So what happened in the relaxed state? That the active sites of the F-actin were masked by troponin tropomyosin. Right? As soon as the stimulus was received at the neuromuscular junction, what happened? The neurotransmitter got released, which brought a change in the permeability of the membrane, and hence then calcium ions are released from the T tubules. As soon as calcium ions are released from the T tubules, the troponin from the active site goes and binds with that troponin. Calcium ions जो है वो उसके साथ bind होते हैं ताकि यहाँ पे अब उसका active site जो है free हो जाता है, and the myosin head which acts as ATPase or ATP synthetase makes hydrolyzes ATP. A part of the energy of the ATP is utilized in making the cross bridge, and part of it is used in the head for taking a power stroke. When it takes a power stroke, right, it is pulling the actin filament towards myosin, right? So actin filament slides towards myosin and then gives a recovery stroke, right? So this is why we are calling this theory as a sliding filament theory. So in all this, what did we actually see? A few things we have to understand. I am again bringing down our figure of this one so that we understand. अब समझना है कि actin is getting pulled inwards, correct? So these Z lines are gonna come closer like this, correct? So what is going to happen? The length of sarcomere is decreased. ये क्या क्या चीजें हो रही है ये याद रखना है, ठीक है? In this whole process, what happened? Okay, the length of sarcomere decreased. This is one thing what happened. Next what happened? अब pay attention, हाँ, अगर ये जो एक्टिन फिलामेंट है वो अंदर की ओर आ रहा है, ठीक है, पे अटेंशन प्लीज. इफ इट इज कमिंग टुवर्ड्स इनर साइड, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन टू द लेंथ ऑफ द एच बैंड, है ना, ये भी तो ज्यादा कवर हो जाएगा. तो ये जो एच बैंड है जिसमें सिर्फ एक्टिन मायोसिन दिख रहा था, है ना, जहां पे सिर्फ मायोसिन है, ओवरलैपिंग वाला पोर्शन नहीं था. सो व्हेन दिस एक्टिन फिलामेंट्स आर गेटिंग क्लोजर, सार्कोमियर इज लेंथ इज बीइंग डिक्रीज्ड. तो ये एच बैंड का लेंथ जो है दैट ऑल्सो डिक्रीजेस. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, द लेंथ ऑफ एच बैंड is decreased, correct? What happens to A band? A band means entire length of myosin. Myosin का कुछ हो रहा है, कुछ हिल रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, नहीं, है ना. तो length of A band remains the same. Length of A band remains same, right? This is clear to everyone. So in short, we have to understand that what is happening is due to the cross bridge formation and then the head taking a power stroke, right? The actin filament is being pulled in. The length of the sarcomere decreases, length of H band decreases, and also the A band do not decrease. That we have to remember. And because we say that actin slides over myosin, this theory is called the sliding filament theory. In the next lecture, we will be learning the mechanism of muscle contraction. Hope you all have followed. Thank you. Jai Bharat.